Nice. Seaside Band. I was saying earlier that they have been very dramatic lately with all these runs and improvisation. And it's like the Seaside Band show, right? Good morning. They should cut an album. Do they still make albums? I don't think they make albums anymore. CD? I don't even think they make CD. I don't know what they do. I don't know. I know, right? Who knew? Well, welcome to the 11 o'clock service. It's wonderful to see all of you here on this beautiful Sunday morning. I invite those in Holder Hall to make your way to Sorensen Sanctuary. Got a lot. I know. I just love all the names of everything. Sorensen Sanctuary and Holder Hall, and we love our names. I am Susan Murphy, and I am your board president. And I'm also the leader of our kindness crew. And I just cleaned up our little area back there. We had like 10 sign-up sheets. So wow, we've done very well in that area. I put a fresh new sheet for those of you that would like to be on the kindness crew, to be of service to our beautiful Seaside family. And just to know, we're going to have a kindness crew meeting in about a month or so. And then we can kind of create a little bit, a new vision for what we want to do going forward. So stay tuned for that. And also, we're looking for a volunteer for our hospitality. We are looking for a host or hostess to be at our hospitality table. And we're also going to have a few healthier items, maybe a little gluten-free, some vegan items. We're still going to have the other stuff too, so don't worry, those of you that like your sweet treats. But yes, if you're interested in being part of that, talk to me, please. Okay, we have our annual Pride event, Saturday, June 6th from 12 to 6. It's in Oceanside at the Oceanside Civic Center. Come be a part of the love and supporting the LGBTQIA plus community. Seaside's going to have their own booth there, so please come support us and play with us. There's going to be food and music, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we have Sacred Sound Meditation Annual Women's Night. So, gentlemen, you're going to have to step aside on this one, but it's hosted by the Seaside Sisters. It's Monday, June 1st at 6:30 to 8, and you're going to experience Tibetan singing bowls and gongs and harps with Deep Doja and his talented team. So dress comfortably, bring a yoga mat and a blanket, and get here early because it fills up. And Paul Selig is coming back for a channeled evening workshop. And this is June 11th at 7 to 9. You're going to learn techniques on to access your highest potential. And we have a little video for you. Wow, powerful. Make sure you don't miss that. And we have Foundations of Soulful Mediumship. Strengthen your connection to spirit with Johnny Torgerson. It's 5 weeks of classes starting on Tuesday, June 2nd to June 30th. It's 6:30 to 8:45. And Johnny Torgerson is a highly regarded spiritual medium and life coach and certified professional hypnotist. He's known for his charismatic yet grounded approach to personal transformation. His workshops, development circles, and private sessions provide a safe and a nurturing space for growth, where participants can discern between their inner voice and spiritual messages, fostering confidence and clarity. Sign me up. That sounds amazing. We have our Inner Light midweek service, which is just my favorite thing to do on Wednesday. It's on my calendar. I'm here every Wednesday to support these amazing ministers and interns. And this week we have Reverend Deb, and her talk title is Seeing with the Eyes of the Soul. So come join us for music and meditation and chanting and a contemplative message. Gourmets for God, still taking place. We got bidding today and tomorrow, so I highly suggest that you get your bids in today. And we got a little motivating video to watch. Did you see all the smiles on everybody's faces? And we like to eat, don't we? I'm thinking that Seaside likes to eat. What beautiful, beautiful video. Okay, finally, we have the art of science of self healing. And I am going to invite Kevin up here to talk about that. Come on up, Kevin. You can clap.
Thanks so much. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Glad everyone came out on this beautiful May gray morning for us we have. My name is Kevin. I'm a transformational guide and energy intuitive. And what we're going to be doing next Saturday is diving into a little bit more around the art and science of self-healing. So I'm sure most of us have heard, allegedly, we use about 10% of our brain. This has since been proven false. We use all of our brain, just not all of it all the time. The challenge is if we look at the entire system that we are in as experiencing this human adventure, we're using far less than that as far as the full capacity of our quantum human superpowers that we all have. So what we're going to do on Saturday is look into the junction of science and spirituality and the art of self-healing through some information and research that's fascinating and amazing, and it really speaks to how powerful we are as creators. We're also going to work on transforming beliefs and stress at the subconscious level to get back to that place of peace and presence. And we're going to also work with the nervous system and learning how to regulate in real time so we can be more us, more of the time. So happy to answer any questions. I'll be in the hall afterwards if anyone would like to chat or have any more information. And thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Kevin. What a thriving community we have. I can't believe all the variety we have. With that, I would invite you to stand and greet your neighbor and stay standing for the congregational song.
Nice. Good morning, Seaside. All right. Get your greetings in, get your hugs in.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. Come on, y'all, let me hear you sing. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. I am that I am. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Let me hear you sing. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest. We are the harvest we reap. One more time. We are the harvest we reap.
All right. right, Jamie, thank you very much. And good morning, Seaside.
Good morning.
Woo, what a joy it is to be here with all of you today. And Rebecca, home too. You guys at home? We
Yeah.
know they're out there.
Hi.
Hey, we sure appreciate it. That's for sure. But Rebecca, you weren't home just an hour ago.
I haven't even been home yet.
You haven't been home yet, but you are here. What happened?
I came in from Jacksonville, Florida this morning.
My goodness.
so-
This morning.
Yeah.
Now, that's why you weren't here at the first service.
That's right. That's right.
You should have heard me singing. Man. I led that song. So no,
Well, Danielle was here.
Oh yeah,
I think
Danielle is
she
here, and
probably was the
Jamie.
one singing, and Jamie, of course.
Yeah,
yes.
we had it.
Yes, indeed.
That's pretty amazing. So yeah, what are you doing there?
Oh, so I tour every once in a while, sing backgrounds for the amazing Sheila E. If you guys remember her,
Yeah.
incredible percussionist. So I got to sing with her.
That's good. Very
Yeah.
nice. Then you did a family reunion on the way back, right?
I did. I just told him. So we had a little family reunion. My mom was in Charlotte, and so I actually did a detour, met with her and my uncle and aunt and a couple cousins. For the first time, we haven't been together in like 15 years. So
Oh,
it was
wow.
really nice
Man,
to
I got
get
to see
together.
that.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I had fun. Well, welcome home. That's good. Hey, we have got a great prayer here. She did wonderful at the first service. So I imagine the second service you got dialed in. Our past board president is graduating the School of Ministry on June 7th. It's going to be the newest minister, and very excited for you. Proud of you. It's been fun watching your journey. And you've just been wonderful things on the practitioner corps, and still got your hands in everything around here, which is a good thing. Nicole Johnson.
Thank you, thank you. What a good-looking group you guys are this morning. My goodness, how fun it is to be here. And it is such a joy to be a practitioner. And we have got an amazing team of practitioners. We have, I think, close to 30 on our practitioner team right now. And we have 3 coming out of school this term. So we're just so abundant in our practitioner consciousness. And we invite you to join us after service at the Prayer Legacy, Dolphin Legacy at the back. Come and meet with one of us if there's anything that's heavy on your heart, or maybe everything's going great and you just want more of it. That's how I love to look at prayer. And we're also have a presence in the family room. We have a practitioner table with some information about what is a practitioner and who are your practitioners that are available. So there is no reason to leave your community without a practitioner today. All right, and I'm going to invite out one of our beautiful practitioners who is, I think she's kind of like a matriarch here. She's our little mother, Miss Carolyn Holder. She's going to be holding the light for us. You didn't know you get a set of parents when you move here in this community as well. So Carolyn and Ray have been parents to me for sure. And now I just invite us to go into that nice, easy, deep space. I'm going to sound the bowl to bring us into the silence. And just take in a deep breath. Together as one. Just landing in this beautiful space. The space in which we are one. Held together. This divine consciousness. This universal flow of energy and abundance and prosperity. This vibrancy in which there's no place that God is not. This universal mind, an infinite intelligence that creates in and out of itself in every moment, that is always available. And I am one with that power and that presence and that infinite mind and divine intelligence that moves through me, as a gift and a light in this world. And I know that for each one here, each one a special gift of peace and tranquility and love and compassion that move through this world uniquely as they are. And I know for today, divine guidance is at hand, divine timing in action. I know for Dr. Christian, Spirit expressing as him in his unique and creative fashion, vibrant and compassionate and fully embraced and alive in this moment. And I know for each one, as our musical team, the lyrics that are sung and the harmonies that are played bring together this harmony that is us, this unified wholeness together as one. And so grateful for this knowing, so grateful for this truth. I just move into this space and I allow it to be.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know.
That's beautiful, Rebecca. Be still and know I am God. Each one of us is an individualized expression of Spirit, of God. Each one. Thank you. Straight from the Carolinas to our Seaside stage. So glad that you're here. Jamie, glad you're here. Thank you for driving down from LA and keeping part of the Seaside family. Grateful. And Dan, thank you for your accompaniment. Thank you. And our beautiful almost Rev, thank you. Thank you for praying us in so beautifully. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to each and every one of you. I want to welcome those of you that are tuning in from online as well. I know you catch us on a couple different platforms. We're glad you're here. We're glad that you've joined us on this Memorial Weekend. I want to welcome anyone who might be here for the first time. If it is your first time here, please know you are welcome. We honor all paths to God. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. We're an open, inclusive community, and all are welcome. All are welcome. If it is your first time here, we do have a first-time visitors package for you. It's at the table as you come in through the glass doors into our social hall. You can go ahead and pick it up and take it home and read a little bit about who we are, what we believe, and that sort of thing. Yeah, I think there's some coupons in there for the bookstore. But more importantly, stay afterwards. Say hi to us. Let us give you a hug and get to know you. We're very, very glad that you're here. So as we did say, it is Memorial Weekend, which is the unofficial kickoff of summer, and you know, time for barbecues and pool parties and all that sort of thing. But it truly is a time to honor those that have served our country. You know, when these weekends come around and I am charged to do a reading, I like to do a little investigation. Like, my question was, what's the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day? You know, and Memorial Day is to honor all those that have given their life in service to our country. Where Veterans Day, we honor all vets. And so on this Memorial Day, we honor those that have given their life for our freedom. You know, and the very, very first Memorial Day was right after the Civil War, and it was a time, it was called Decoration Day. And people would go and they would put the spring flowers on the graves of the soldiers. And the first recorded Memorial Day event was in the Carolinas. It was Black Americans went and they did a proper graveyard for all the Union soldiers that were buried in an open grave. And that was on May the 1st, 1865. So that's the first recorded Memorial Day activity. And so I have a reading for you today, which is a poem that is written by a young adult in honor of our soldiers. Heroes we never name. Back of those we honor, enrolled on the scroll of fame, are the millions who go unmentioned, the heroes we never name. Those who have won us the victories and conquered along the way. Those who have made us a nation, a tribute to them I would pay. Back of our nation's first leader, of Lincoln and Wilson too, back of the mind directing our course was the army that carried it through. Back of the generals and captains was the tramping of rank and file. And back of them were the ones at home who labored with tear and with smile. And what of the everyday heroes whose courage and efforts ne'er cease? Toilers who struggle and labor and strive and hope for a future of peace. Hats off to the worthy leaders, their honor I'd ever acclaim. But here's a cheer for the many brave, the heroes we never name. And so in memory of all of our fallen soldiers, God bless you. So very glad you're here today.
That's a beautiful reading, Rev Deb. Thank you so much for that. Good morning, Seaside. It is my honor to introduce our guest artists, and we just love this human being. He's so incredibly talented. We do a lot of his songs here when he's not here, and so it's always a treat when he comes down from Los Angeles to be here with us. Incredibly talented. What a gift. What a soul. What a spirit. Let's give a warm Seaside welcome to our very own lovely Jamie Lula. I like how we claimed you, you know.
You can claim me. You and Rico can claim me. So I said it in the first service. I'll say it again. I just want to acknowledge another one of our fallen heroes in Max, because I just heard on Friday that Max had passed. In January, I was not aware of it. I was pretty heartbroken. Made some amazing music with that amazing man, but that welcoming Dan to the fold, who's bringing some beauty. And spent last weekend in New York City. My son, who's now 24 years old, just graduated from NYU. I'm saying that to Tammy because it's like she knew, you know. And I wrote this song for him. Actually, it's the first song that I wrote on this guitar, but I wrote it for him. It's called What If You Knew? What if it's true, you have everything you need? What if it's true, you could live your wildest dreams? Will you run and hide, or go along for the ride? Test the current and tide in the ocean of possibilities. What if you knew? What if you knew? What if you knew that the brilliance you're mining is you? What if you knew? What if you knew that the infinite striving is you? What if it's true that there's never need for shame? What if it's true that there's power in your pain? Will you run and hide or go along for the ride? Trust the current and tide in the ocean of possibilities. What if you knew? What if you knew? What if you knew that the brilliance you're mining is you? What if you knew? What if you knew that the infinite striving is you? Shadow and light, the yin and the yang are all part of you. The past is the past, we all make mistakes, it isn't sure true. Come on, Bob. Bob and Dan, what if you knew? What if you knew? What if you knew that the brilliance you're mining is you? What if you knew? What if you knew that the infinite striving is you? What if you knew? What if you knew that your soul's so much larger than you? What if you knew? What if you knew your design is divine? Yes, it's true. What if you knew? What if you knew? Oh, what if you knew? What if you knew? What if you knew?
Hey, that is Jamie Lula.
Is that Peggy Lebo?
Hey, there she is.
Look at you.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, congratulations on William, graduate, NYU. That's big.
I know, it's huge. The NYU graduation was at Yankee Stadium.
Oh,
Like
my.
35,000 people there. And then the Tisch School, he went to the Tisch School of Photography. Tisch was at Radio City Music Hall. So
Oh, fun.
a couple iconic locations.
That is. They
to
should have had you
celebrate.
playing, man. It would have been a good gig. Yeah. Hey, I love you. Love Susie, too. All right. Okay, so here we are. It is Memorial Day weekend, and I love Memorial Day weekend. It is like the kickoff for summertime. Beach crowds that are showing up. What I still haven't got is, like, why is it that most stores are offering these mattress sales for Memorial Day weekend? I mean, come honor the fallen and get 40% off on your mattress. It's like, really? Where'd that come from? It's I mean, not that there's anything unspiritual about that. It's just, I can imagine my ancestors looking at me wheeling out on Memorial Day a mattress. So, but anyway, that's just where my head goes sometimes. Strange places for sure. But, it is barbecues, beach traffic is back, and, mattress discounts are going on for sure. But it's also about the sacred memory. And the memory I'm talking about is not the nostalgic one. It is the one that says, take this love that you've got going on and live with that. Take that into the future in which you are working with. And we do that by honoring and remembering. There's a little kid in the foyer of a church looking at the plaque of all these names, and the minister saw him kind of perplexed, and the minister said, those are for all the men and women that have died in service. And the little guy looked at him curiously and said, which service, the 9 or the 11? It's it is it reminds me of the Memorial Day, the value of community for sure. and love and the honoring of those that laid down their life. I mean, you've heard say it's as if they wrote a check to the United States when they enlisted. This check is good for and up to my life. It's unlimited, including my life that goes with it. And with that, they went ahead and served so we could have greater freedom. And no matter what's going on within our country or the world, it is still one of the freest and best places anywhere on the planet. And we can thank the men and the women who have been willing to stand up and protect that legacy that was given to us. And I'm sure there's a lot of stories like this, but there's this one woman on the anniversary, on Memorial Day, she would go, or the anniversary of her husband's passing, go to the Vietnam Memorial in Washington. She would place her hand on her husband's name and the other hand on her heart and says, I have fulfilled the promise. I'm living the gift you have left. It's like that's how you honor the sacred memory. It is about living into the future with what has been given us. And, are we doing that? Are we open to that? Jesus said, I think it's probably like John 13:15. He said, no greater love is there than one who lays down their life for another. I mean, no greater love. I mean, here's the check up to and including my life. And what can we do for that is to go out and live our life, express that which is in our heart and soul, to bring our passion to this world, because there are those that have made that possible. General George Patton, he said, it's foolish to mourn those that have died. Rather, we should be thanking God that such men and women have lived. I mean, that's what we should be filled with in this kind of time. And of course, we take the moment to remember, have that seat at the picnic table that is empty, but also to let our life be a legacy and a confirmation of what it is like to live. And with that, there is all sorts of things that we can do, and to reach out and assist those that are working on stepping up in their life. And that's the beauty. Once again, I come back to community, is that we can come together in moments like this and open our hearts, allow ourselves to be vulnerable, and take a moment to be there and to help remember. We've got people that within our community that have lost those dear ones. Landon's uncle didn't come back. We've got other members who've lost dear ones. And to be able to come home is so valuable. We are here for one another. A guy who's walking down the street, here's a story for you. And he falls in a hole, deep hole, those steep sides, can't get up. And he waits for somebody to come walking by, and there's a doctor that comes walking by. He says, hey, can you help me? And he says, okay. And he pulls out his pad, writes a prescription, and drops it in the hole and says, okay, see ya. Like, really, what good is that going to do? Right? Another guy comes walking by, a minister, and he says, hey, help me down here. And he looks down there, and, oh, yeah, wait a sec. He writes out a prayer, drops the prayer in the hole, says, good luck, and walks away with that. What good is that? But one of his friends comes walking by, says, hey, Joe, I'm stuck down here. Can you help? And what he does is he jumps in the hole. The guy says, what, are you crazy? Now we're both stuck in this hole. He said, oh, yeah, but I've been here before, and I know the way out. I've been here, and I know the way out. I am coming here to assist, and that is the beauty of community or family. And when I talk about community, I'm not talking about place. I'm talking about heart. I'm talking about soul. I'm talking about being able to be in the hole, in the challenge within our life, and having a place to reach out to have the memory of, hey, it's, gosh, man, my heart is opened in this moment to something I don't even know what, but I'm going to live from this place that is good. And when we have the challenges, that is also the beauty of community. You hear at Seaside, or I hear at Seaside sometimes that people love Seaside because it's always so joyous. And when they're down, they don't show up. I say, where you been? That's the time to come to Seaside. They say, no, everybody's so happy there. I don't want to be a downer in this place. But that's the thing. When we're up, those that are up can lift those that are in the hole. There was a chaplain on the front lines in the war, in the trenches, and the soldiers were terrified in the midst of the fire that was going on. And one of the soldiers said to the chaplain, I don't think God can hear my prayers. And the chaplain said, don't worry, because I am praying with you also, and the prayers are being heard. It's like, wow, see, that's it. I mean, that's why we go to spiritual practitioners here, is because, we have a sense their prayers are being heard. I may be in the hole, I may be in the midst of the fire that is going on, but you know what? I'm going to go with someone who has that sacred memory of that connection with Spirit. I may be in a tough place, but I'm in community. I'm in this place where there is a living legacy of the connectivity with that infinite presence of God, and that it is about being able to move forward. The Bible says in Galatians, I think it's like probably chapter 6, verse 1, it says, let us bear the burdens. Let us bear the burdens of others. Let us be willing to assist those that are in the hole, that are under fire, that have lost somebody in their life. Have you ever lost anything that was near and dear to your heart before? Not a few of you. Okay. Well, you guys are in the right place, because you know what? We have got a community that loves unconditionally. It is a place without judgment. It is a place where we can come when our heart is broken or our body is aching. It is a place that we are loved because there is a consciousness of our being that is alive, that is dynamic, that is ready for a transformation within our life. A soldier lost one of his buddies in the fight, and it was a while to shake it off. And a couple weeks into it, he's sitting out there just connecting with his heart. You talk about community, that lasting legacy that is left behind. And all of a sudden, a dragonfly lands on his hand. Just it's that wonderful gossamer, phosphorescent, whatever that translucent wings are, and just looks at it. And he found a calm and a peace, and he realized, this is like a sign, that calm and peace is what I'm feeling. It's as if my friend was telling me that everything's okay. I'm still alive. I'm still okay, and you're going to be okay, and it's okay. Everything is good. And it's like, and then he flies away, and it's like, was it? Wasn't it? But it's your sign. It's not his person over there. So that's not her sign. And what does it bring to you? And, the dragonfly in so many cultures, that little larvae, it comes out of the dried out mud that is cracked open, and, and out it crawls, it comes from the mud and the muck and that is all over it. And out of it comes this wonderful translucent winged dragonfly. It's so symbolic of transformation in our lives. Let us allow our heart and soul to be transformed. You got to know what's inside of you is beautiful. It's magnificence. It is the presence of God. And so as you allow yourself to begin to believe that, because, it's hard to trust yourself if you don't like yourself. You ever think about that? How people don't say, I don't like myself. They got like this complex. How can you trust yourself if you don't like yourself? You got to start by loving yourself, then you can trust yourself, because it's blasphemy not to trust that presence of God that is you, that is in your life. You may be in the hole, you may be under fire, but you've got to be able to recognize, what? There's something in me that is greater than what this is. I may have been under the fog. There's another analogy for you and for community. Here you are, you're under the fog. And, you walk in the fog, you're kind of unnerving and not really clear. But all of a sudden, if you're with community and everybody's got their own little lamp, you can't see all the way, but together you're able to see the next step. And what is probably more valuable is the sense of community than certainty, that we're going on this together. Because I'll tell you what, I don't know where my life's going. I don't see the end, and it's pretty bright the way where I look sometimes. But, I still can't see the end. But if I'm with community and we've got this sacred memory of our divinity that is inside of us, it's not a past experience of what was or where I came from, but it is a living testimony of the love that is God, that is in my life, that I am willing with my community and friends to take this walk, and I may trip and fall in the hole, but some of you have been there before. You're going to help me out. We're here for one another. The sacred memory is to remember that we're not in this world alone. Some of us have come before us, some have left before us, others have left behind us. We are part of the continuity of life. This isn't just the one and done. This is one of the stopping places of our soul's evolution. And whatever it is that takes us out of this world, it doesn't mean our consciousness is over. It's like we get caught up thinking that my world is my consciousness, but in a sense, It is the content that is in your consciousness, and there's a big difference between consciousness and the content of your consciousness. Your content is your humanness. It is your human experience. It is the constructs. It is the boundaries. It is the beliefs that you have. But the consciousness that you have a sacred memory of sometimes feels like it's on the brinks, sprints, or whatever. It's in the hole. It's not there, but there's something inside that can remember. And it's in that remembering that we begin to step forth into a world that is inviting us to a higher place. All of a sudden, we are activating that magnificence of our being, our divinity of who we are, and the challenges within our world are calling us to reach out to that something greater in our life. And you are that something greater that is in all our lives. Yes, you are. That is the truth. You know, and there's someone who's claiming it. No blasphemy there. I know who I am. There is something greater in our lives when we can come to know it and to trust it. Because we do good. I mean, we all know how to jump through hoops pretty good. We figured that out in our life. It's just we may not be so good at choosing the hoops to jump through in our world. And what our friends get to do is they get to hold up a mirror and say, hey, take a look, you know. And as you take a look, you get to say, do I want to do this? Ernest Holmes says that we already have the divinity and the perfection inside of us, and that what we've got to do is awaken to it. We have the divinity and the perfection that is already within. So it's like that, I don't know, that dragonfly that's cracking out of the mud. You know, we're cracking out of the humanness, our history, our what has been, you know, our heredity, whatever it is that seems to be the hole that we're in or the fire in our life that is bombarding us. There is something that is calling us to a greater expression in our life and our world. And we're the ones who have to say yes to it. I mean, nobody can do that for us. We are the ones who have got to step in and say, you know what, I've got this sacred memory of who I am. It is God expressing. It's magnificent and it's wonderful, and I've got to be willing to go there with it. I've got to be willing to say yes to it. You know, Paul Selleck, you do remember he's coming to Seaside, right? You guys ticket? Yes. We need more than 3 sold. That's why we're starting now. He's 3 weeks away. You know, it is June 11th. So pick up your ticket today. Is a channel, out and out channel, and there's no hiding it. He just gets there and he just babbles at a pace that it's almost hard to hear. But then he stops, he goes back, he articulates it, he slows it down. It's like, whoa, that was good stuff. Anyway, I was rereading his book of Knowing and Worth. So in the book of Knowing and Worth, he writes that, so as you realign to the manifestation of God as you, well, that sounds like Ernest, doesn't it? Wait a second. So as you realign to the manifestation of God as you, the true Christ that you are, the aspect of the Creator that may know itself as and through you realign those aspects of the life you have lived so you may move anew in a new way to a new height. And from this new height, you may see what you have chosen. You may see what you have believed, and you may recreate the self and the world that exists in accordance with this new vision, this which is within you. You can go to that new height. You can become that Christ expression that he is talking about, that Ernest has talked about, the mystics have talked, and take a look at your life. You can become aware that you are aware. Wow, look, I am now aware. That's being aware that you're aware. You get to go and say, this is what I have created. This is the challenge I've got going on. You know what? I'm going to keep this, get rid of that one. And I'll take a little bit more of that one because I have this sacred memory that is alive in my being. It's not a past thing. It is like, wow, thank you, because I'm being launched on a particular trajectory to bring this about into my life and into my world. I am going in this direction because you know what? There is love, there is caring, there's compassion. I have a community that says they love me. You know, I'm in a world that says that loves me, and I believe it's still being sent. It didn't end when my mom died or my dad died. There is still love that is going on, and that is what transcends time and space. There was a World War II, a kid was off serving in the service, and his mom lit a lantern. And she put the lantern in her window, as many moms did in those days, and she would light that lantern every night for her son. And she kept lighting it until her son didn't come home. And so she decided that she was going to continue to light that lantern every night. Not because he had passed, but because the love never dies. And she did that when she died, and her daughter got the lantern. She found a note that said, keep this lantern lit, for this lantern is not for the past. It's for the unending love that continues. And so the daughter decided that she would, on Memorial Day, once a year, light that lantern. See, that's what we're doing with something that never ends. See, the sacred memory is about activating a consciousness. That sacred memory is not the nostalgia, hey, this is what happened, but rather, gosh, I made this promise that I will live the gifts that you have left me. I will live in the legacy in which I have been cast. And that love that did that never dies because it transcends time and space. It has been cast. It is ever available. And I'm the one who gets to decide, am I going to step into this? Am I going to live in this consciousness that is continuous, that is alive and not? And so the sacred memory I'm talking about here today is not a fixed one. I'm talking about that something that lives inside of you. The divine memory, as well as those that have crossed our path, and their love is still activating our higher calling to be expressed. God bless us as we allow that sacred memory to go. Hey, Jamie Lula!
That eternal love.
Love of a mother, love of a father, love of a brother, love of a sister, love of a family of choice. Oh, mother, there's too many of you crying now. Oh, brother, there's far too many of you dying. Oh, we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, we don't need to hesitate. You see, war is not the answer, because only love can conquer hate. Oh, we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, picket signs, sister, picket lines, sister, don't punish me, sister, with brutality, sister, talk to me, sister, so you can see, sister, what's going on, 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 take it, what's going on. our hair is gone. Oh, you know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Yeah, picket signs, picket lines. Don't trouble me with your brutality. Come on, talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We know what's going on. God's going on. 'Cause God's going on. 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 I say, going on, going on, going on. God's going on. God's going on. Sing it with me. God's going on. God's going on. God's going on. Know the truth. God's going on. 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 God's going on.
Oh, that's Jamie Luna. That is what's going on at Seaside. Nice job, Jamie. You too, Rebecca, and the Seaside Band. You guys just rock it for sure. We're so blessed. Woo! All right. Well, hey, this is the time of our service where we have the opportunity to share our gift, and as we give, it comes back. But that's not why we do it. That's how the law of circulation works. We get to consciously decide to step into this wonderful stream, and what we find is that we are carried in the direction of our consciousness. And so I invite you to listen to your heart and soul and say yes to that, and know that your gift makes a profound difference here at Seaside, but also in our life. It gives us deepens our consciousness with a sense of peace and security that our good resides with spirit, that spirit is our source, and that we find it showing up in our ways in our world that are relevant and real and important to us. So we may give in one place, but what we find is spirit is in all places. So any place we find ourselves in the hole or in the fog or under fire, we find that spirit is raising us above that fray of that difficulty. So, but the only way you come to know that is if you get in that kind of partnership, that flow with the Spirit. So with that said, I'd like to invite our ushers to come forward as we take our gift from that deep place, and want to say thank you to those who mail in your contributions when you can't be here on a Sunday. I greatly appreciate it. Those that are part of the auto pledge program that says, you know what, this is my home, whether I'm there or not, you can depend on me to be part of that. So with that said, I share this prayer of gratitude with the most generous of spiritual communities, knowing that this blessing, this love, and the fullness of the divine unfolds right here in this moment in ways that are rich and wonderful and truly in divine alignment. For the blessings and the grace of Spirit unfold in ways that take me beyond where I've been before. For truly that Spirit lifts us to that higher ground. So grateful to be the recipient of that ever-expanding flow of blessings and good. We send this forth, knowing in our conscious giving that Spirit is my source, and so it is. Amen. And together, let us say this affirmation of abundance, which is, Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully, I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now. Our guys from Seaside. Nice job, guys. And I stand before this bounty of blessings, for truly this outpouring of love just enriches this whole community. For truly we are in this together. And so these gifts have been made in love that carry that vibration and just uplifts us all. And so they've received in joy and handled in good stewardship and sent forth back into the world, bringing those infused blessings and vibrations to all that comes in contact. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for the opportunity to be part of this wonderful, expanded good. And so it is. Amen. Right. Hey, this is Carlene. She is Secretary of your Board of Trustees here, and just a blessing to us all. And congratulations on your daughter's prom this last week. A beautiful dress she was wearing. So nice job. Hey, anything you want to tell me about the Gourmets Forgotten? Is that yours to tell? Hurry up and sign up. Anything fuller?
Well, I mean, I think it's a great thing.
I did too.
Today,
Hey, I missed you
last-
rolling out the oven for me last week.
Today-
Notice how they took
yeah.
it from me, right? Yeah.
Today and next week or the last week.
Oh, yeah, 2 weeks left. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's all I got.
All right. So, hey, go sign up. Then we got some great things going on. And so, yeah, definitely you've seen the tables out there. You saw it coming in. So come be part of that for sure. Oh, yeah, Jamie had a gig up in Anaheim. Man, he's got to go deal with the toxic shutdown up there. Did you hear? Yeah, 40, 50,000 people got evacuated yesterday. I guess they got it back. I don't know what happened, actually. Anyway, that's where he's off to. Okay, but you're back. Yeah, you came across the country. We sure appreciate it. We just love the effort you put in to be here for one service or both. So yeah, I love you too. Hey, giving us sound today is Ed and Matthew. Great job, guys. Appreciate it. It was nice, flawless, and all. And Landon, thank you for the visuals. Appreciate that. And the wonderful stream team, the three on the camera out here. We got Steve Grant, I don't know, Seth or somebody behind that closed wall. And Steve, I'll remember your dad in prayers. His dad, 101 years old. He passed on 2 days ago. So, Steve, we love you. We'll remember that in prayers for sure. But good's going on at Seaside. You heard about the Gourmets for God. That's big. That's up. You heard we got Paul said, go pick up your ticket today. Well, they're discounted before the door. That's where they stop by. And you got Kevin. You heard stop by and talk with Kevin as he shares about his wonderful quantum healing and that whole expression. We got the beautiful, there we go, the quantum consciousness workshop. And so they're in the science of self-healing. Talk to Kevin. He's at the sign-up table with that for sure. But I did see the flowers of Nancy. I didn't see Nancy here today, Nancy Sims. Anyway, the flowers are beautiful, Nancy. If you're watching online, thank you for sharing those in honor of your mom, who's in the heavenly realm. So, but Maggie and Chloe, how's it going, you two? Anybody want to talk?
We actually went within today and we learned about what it feels like to feel inside our body. And Chloe, did you have a feeling in your body? Wait, do you want to tell us about your feeling? What feeling did you feel?
She felt one feeling really big. Say it together. Say it together.
Chloe felt
Happy.
Happy. Ooh, that's good. Happy's good, and quiet's good. Hey, Maggie, if you're good at taking kids within, my son's in my office, kind of noisy this morning. Could use some of that inner quietness. Anyway, I diverse. I'm going to pray. I mean, that's what this whole morning is about. It gets us to this moment, the laughter, the song, the words. It's all about shifting consciousness and opening us up to that greater ability to experience the divine download. And so as I let go to this moment and allow this to be the moment, now is the appointed moment. Now is the time to experience that life force, that from which we came and that we truly still are. For that is who We are. I mean, there is not anything but spirit. And so the true nature of our being is that higher self, that higher vibration, and allow ourselves to become aware that we are God expressing, or that life expressing. Call it what you will, but it is coming into that alignment with that love and that joy and that vibrancy, the wisdom, the all-knowing, that profound expression, that which spirit is, I am, you are, and feel it, sense it, claim it, because the truth of who you are, you've got to know. So when you choose to trust that, you're trusting that higher frequency of being that is able to outpicture itself in the world in which we are stepping into. Let it be the unfoldment of that inner vibration, and know that the blessings of God brings with it a richness, a deep sense of trust, a security that knows that no matter where we find ourselves challenged or constricted or restricted, let us know that we do not need to rehash how we got there, but rather we open our being to be receptive to the emergence of that which lifts us out of that foxhole, that lifts us out of the turbulent times, above that fog. There is a spirit that is already there, and it is calling us forward, and there is this remembrance that is within of that higher state of being that is seeking to know itself. And as we become aware of that, we don't journey from here to there, but rather we are there now, for it is in this quantum field where the past, present, and future is now, and that future self that we are riding on this wave of love brings us to, does so leaving behind the baggage and the pain and the discontent. And we know right now that this body is the temple of God, and it knows how to heal, that there's an innate intelligence, every cell, tissue, fiber, and organ of this physical being that awakens and allows us to transform into that greater holistic expression to house the consciousness for this world for which we have come to deliver the gifts of God. For truly we are that conduit, and with that it purges out that which doesn't belong, and the world in which we live in becomes more grace-filled, and it becomes more ease. It becomes a wonderful space in which the reflection of awareness begins to materialize in our world. And perfect, whole, and complete is the state from which we have come. And so in this moment, I bring this ever-expanding awareness of good to all the prayer requests that our practitioners pray on daily. And I know right now that those wonderful spiritual warriors are able to know the spiritual truth of each prayer request that comes through. And it's in this deep knowing that the transformation takes form. And our love for Steve, oh my goodness, Dad, 101 years, what a testimonial, what genes, and know that he moves on with those wonderful currents of eternality, free to express himself. The minister and the pastor who wrote these crazy stories and books and inspired people for decades continues to do so once again. And in this deep knowing of the continuity of life, we hold our beloved sister, Reverend Lori McMacken, that her stepdad, who ascended this week as well. He moves on with the beautiful currents of eternality, and all left behind are blessed by the love, the legacy, and the sacred memory that just reverberates through the totality of being. So grateful to know that we are part of something so much more. We're part of a sacred community that is adding to the collective consciousness of this planet for peace and well-being, that in the midst of war, we trust that spirit is there in the midst, resolving and dissolving and allowing peace to emerge in the midst of conflict. It always has and will continue to be. And so we stand in this new thought, in this new way of being, knowing that our world leaders are inspired by that higher vibration of love, brotherhood, sisterhood, caring, that we're in this together. That is one planet, and we're connected. And there's something in the depths of those that begin to know once again with that sacred memory that had never been lost, just reactivated. And we stand as a witness to a transformation on this planet, to a place of peace that we have not known for some time, that Eden returns to earth or emerges from within. So grateful that good is going on in ourselves, within our community, and with this planet consciousness, and that we are integral parts of it all. You just let it go, because I don't make it happen. I just stand as a witness to it happening through us, and so it is. Amen.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, You've got to let it go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. So no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. So I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. So no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Seaside, sing it from your heart. Come on. That's right. Beautiful. So no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, Seaside.
And our affirmation for the week is I am treating myself with kindness and reverence. Together, I'm treating myself with kindness and reverence. Let's touch our heart and say it like it's true. I am treating myself with kindness and reverence. One more time, like it is your truth. Come on. I am treating myself with kindness and reverence. And our song is.
I'm living in love. I'm living in peace. I'm living my life for what I believe. Through joys and through fears, in this world I walk. God's grace shines on me, and it shines on us all. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We're living in love. We're living in peace. United we stand as one family. We utter all truth as together we walk. God's grace moves through me, and it moves through us all. We are living in grace. 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 Have an amazing week, Seaside. Have an amazing Memorial Day weekend.